it's a very diversity real, country, and there are certain things which has happened sometime with the majority and sometime with the minorities also. In these days, you can see that how it was a worse situation when that some people they burn Quran from the Sweden, and there is a lot of conflicts. These are the barriers we face in that in our interfaith dialogue. But at the most, you see, what my team is in Pakistan now, they are also protesting and they are saying that we are the Jew and we should. It's a time alarming situation in Pakistan and all over the world when that something wrong happened. We condemned very much. That is not anybody religion they have done. That's an individual case. We have to first of all segregate. You see, when 9/11 was done, that was a sad incident. So there were certain, uh, uh, misunderstanding with the religions. So thereafter, gradually, we travel with the interfaith dialogues and to create a harmony. So we outcome very good, and I have seen there is a lot of fruits of the interfaith dialogue because if there is any war without dialogue, without we should come in any platform, we will be not able to resolve any issues. So it's my vision, and maybe you other will agree with me that interfaith dialogue is a very important. And further, in this way, first of all, if I'm Christian, if not, if I'm Christian, but we have to. There is a verse in the Bible: "Love your neighbor as yourself." There is a wonderful motto of the World Interfaith Harmony Week. It's celebrated in every February. So we celebrate. We give the message to the world that love your neighbors as yourself. And beside this, we also say that there is a uh, until and unless we not fulfill our tradition, we can't be argue or put and other religions. So love of God is my fundamental, basic rules. So these are the things which what I explore on this forum with that other religions people. Those are the scholars, those are the bishops, those are the ulama, those are the bhagat, those are the from other religion heads. I unite with that other. Since 2000, I'm working with the United Religion Initiative. That's the largest grassroots level organization in the world. It's worked in about 1 or 2 countries, and there's a bridge. Among bridge. So with the outer religions, we know that there are about 4,000 religions in this world. How we can overcome to teach everyone? But if we say anything without with your work, with your thoughts, with your speaking, with your collaboration, other human being, so we will be overcome in a peace process. So peace is a only way where we can get the education, we can reach their theological, we can say that peace is a big, our, before that, I should say, education is a big tool, you see. In my journey, I prefer to give education to students, those are not educated. So, before that, I was in Pakistan, I opened a school where there are Muslim and Christian students study together, they play together, they eat together, and that teaching of their religion, but teach as their perspective and as their traditions. So still there is a school in I'm turning there. There's outreach area that's in the slum in Lahore. There's a motto is over there is also since this you are the light of the world. So God, Jesus said that you are the light of the world. If you spread the light with our work, that will be reflect good image to others. So these are the things I have told you. If there's anything you can ask me, I will be able to explain more visible. In this way, I have a long journey with that India, in United States, in Singapore, and Dubai also. So the way we work and speak with others with that very humbly, with that very politely. When you talk with anyone, you have to be very polite. You have to accept their religion, tradition is a very essential for peace process. God bless everyone.
Grazie, thank you, dear Reverendo. I would like to explain two words to Cinzia. Allora, Reverendo, in Italian, sorry. Ciao Milidas, welcome, dear. Allora, ha detto il Reverendo Yuval Bhatti dal Canada che per lui, essendo appunto il suo lavoro, no? Ma ha lavorato anche per l'ONU, UN, he worked also, UN che è una grande, così importante per connettere il mondo, anche se poi i risultati sono molto scarsi, ma ad ogni modo lui punta sul discorso, cioè il goal che vuole ottenere è quello della pace come tutti noi, ma ognuno usa una via diversa. Tu la cultura, poi sentiamo Milidas, poi Rana. Io sto facendo questa connessione con UN perché sono per le donne CSW67, insomma, EcoSoc per l'ambiente, sostenibilità. Per 2 anni sono membro, per 2 anni, ma per sempre. E poi per i rapporti con l'Europa, infatti ho scritto in chat tutto quello che c'è da fare e le strade che uno tenta, migrazione, cultura e media, armonia interfede, educazione, istruzione, donne, empowerment delle donne, potenziamento, giovani, salute, sport, agricoltura, in particolare la permacultura. Allora il discorso di Yuval Bhatti vuole essere questo, di integrare l'armonia religiosa, dato che il suo background is from Pakistan, e dal Pakistan, in Pakistan ci sono è più musulmana, insomma, no? La religione che si pratica, per cui anche là ci sono conflitti con le minoranze religiose, problemi vari. E questo è un po' il suo discorso, come integrare, come arrivare alla pace attraverso l'armonia religiosa, l'interfede, si dice interfaith o interreligious harmony, la pace. Il suo lavoro poi che ha svolto dal 2000, since 2000, Reverendo, did you work with the UN long time?
Yes.
Così anche, bravo. Sta cercando di portare avanti. Facciamo prima tradurre in italiano. I translate into Italian, it's più facile che in francese. No? Allora, ok, allora Rana or Milidas, welcome to all the two. Who wants to talk about goals to achieve before? Rana or Milidas?
Thank you so much. Thank you. I am coming after some time. I am coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Ok, lasciamo allora parlare, faccio parlare Rana prima. Before Rana, give the floor to Rana. Rana, do you
Okay.
ok. Quali sono,
Hello.
which kind of goals would you achieve for Global Peaceless Talk?
Hello, good evening, Franca. Good evening, everybody. I'm so happy to be with you today. Greetings from Egypt. It's 6:45 right now here, and it's very hot weather nowadays. Anyways, I'll start. I think Italy too, yeah?
It's terrible.
Very hot.
Terrible, very hot here today. Yeah. I should go shopping, no time to do anything.
All over the world.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I have some sample ideas concerning my imagination about GPLT ideas. First of all, there must be a joint venture between all events within GPLT, which means that any NGO will hold any event in any country. There should be the banners of GPLT displayed, as well as the event host all over the world and vice versa. Which means if I make an event in my country here, GPLT banner should be displayed as well as my banner. And it will be all over the world, vice versa. Second thing, there should be a continuous sharing on all members' profiles for all GPLT events. Third thing, there should be a kind of fundraising, but I guess my idea, it should be in England, where Nikki is. There should be a store, a product store for GPLT ideas, for initiating peace all over the world and religion harmony. Number 4, I think it's another idea concerning the permaculture, as Nikki, she is interested in the SDG project, like the permaculture. As we know, permaculture, it's a permanent agriculture ideas, and it differs a lot. At the end, it means the harmony between people and the nature. So I made a connection here with the Egyptian scout leader in order to be presented as a GPLT ambassador in all the events he make concerning dealing with the society and the welfare of the society, teaching them gardening, teaching them roof gardening, teaching them home gardening, and how to get use of this, and also a kind of another ideas in planting several trees for kids. Okay, it will be the kid is responsible for his own tree to raise it and to control it and to know what's going on with his tree as long as he get older. Okay. Also about tourism as a peace or bridge, as you told me, there is a lot of idea concerning tourism, as I am a TV presenter, you know, and I have my own program of tourism, Egyptian tourism here. One of them, I'm trying to say that we have to make trips to Egypt, very cheap trips to Egypt on behalf of GPLT. And you told me that you need to make an conventional event here in Egypt concerning women. But actually, it's very hard to me to get permissions and authorities from authorities. I can arrange everything except the permissions of the conference. I have other idea in Egypt. It's a religious trip. We can make trips here in Egypt on behalf of GPLT as religious trips and the way of the Holy Family in Egypt. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Rana. I want to explain 2 words to Cinzia in Italian. Sorry. praticamente i progetti di Rana vertono su due aspetti fondamentali. L'aspetto culturale e turistico, ma anche quello dell'agricoltura, permacultura. Quindi lei sta anche progettando, lo dico molto brevemente, perché già conoscevo il suo progetto, e sta progettando una conferenza al Cairo, in Egitto, insomma, per le donne, però deve organizzare, è molto complicato, perché tutte le procedure burocratiche da fare, però è molto interessante la permacultura perché lei ha condiviso anche nel gruppo delle donne i suoi progetti, dei video molto interessanti in verità. La permacultura l'ho conosciuta attraverso Rana da vicino e attraverso Nicky De Pina in Sudafrica, che ha inviato delle foto, dei video. In verità non la conoscevo, cioè permacultura intende un mix tra foresta, natura selvaggia che cresce tutto insieme, così i parassiti si controllano a vicenda. Questo è il progetto suo, il turismo, cultura e agricoltura, permacultura. Grazie Rana, thank you so much, very interesting your
Thank you.
especially permacultura. I have learned a lot from you. Okay, and now Millie Das from India, because it's very late in India. Trampe from Vietnam wrote me now, saying she's in a trip, so she can't attend. Cioè Trump è dal Vietnam che non può partecipare perché sta in viaggio. Ok, Millie Das, floor is yours. Millie?
Hello, hello.
Hello, come stai? How are you?
Hello, hello, my dear. I'm coming within few minutes. Within few minutes.
Ah, ok, as you wish.
Okay.
Posso illustrare? Allora, while attending you, I would like to show my project because I have published the feedback requests from the European Commission to bring your personal, scusa che non leggo, se no I have to switch on the light. Allora, your personal objectives into an organic framework that reflects the activities I have recently updated in the context of what is reported on the GPLT website. Recently, after one semester, the update of data relating to Global Peace Let's Talk for the Transparency Register account has been requested in order to perform the required changes within 10 working days by July 6th. I have published the feedback requests from the European Commission to include, dear ambassadors, your personal objectives in an organic framework that reflects the activities I have recently updated in the context of what is reported on the GPLT website. Recently, after one semester, the update of data relating to GPLT, I repeated, sorry. Thus now, for the second semester, it seems appropriate to configure our activity in view of an organic collaboration between the various ambassadors supporting personal attitudes, so that it's a pleasure and not an honor to work together towards a common goal, the expansion of a global peace let's talk, and the achievement of objectives that are also useful for fundraising, as a budget is required by the European Commission for joining its. In sintesi, I explained two words in Italy. C'è stato un problema. Io ho scritto questa organizzazione GPLT together with RRM3 ma GPLT ha uno status di ONG e quindi può entrare nel registro della trasparenza europea, della Commissione europea. Ho fatto la stessa cosa per il Pakistan negli anni passati, per una ONG pakistana, è stata molto dura. Ho lavorato 3 mesi per questo obiettivo. Ora, qual è stato il problema? Dopo 6 mesi che che la nostra organizzazione è entrata a pieno titolo nel registro della trasparenza europea, che poi è lobbistico perché hanno budget, hanno i soldi, sa. Il problema era che GPLT non ha budget. E questo è uno scoglio difficile da superare, tant'è che hanno messo becco da capo, hanno detto ma come mai dopo 6 mesi non ha budget? Allora ho dovuto spiegare tante ragioni, tutto in inglese, bla 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 bla. Sono riuscita a rientrare perché poi loro ci possono cacciare fuori quando vogliono, non è una cosa stabile. Ad ogni modo ci sono riuscita e abbiamo altri 6 mesi di tempo, se Dio vuole, se non ci sono problemi di altro genere, per restare fino a gennaio, no scusa, a dicembre del 2023, perché qui ho scritto 21 per errore, ma me ne sono resa conto. Allora, come si fa per stare nel registro in maniera attiva come ambasciatori? Si fa mandando feedback sulla migrazione, cultura, media, interface, harmony, educazione, potenziamento delle donne, giovani, salute, sport, agricoltura e permacultura, che sono temi e tematiche che sono in Global Peace Let's Talk, non è una cosa nuova. Cioè il website del Global Peace, Joseph Akinola ha organizzato il website, ha inserito queste voci. Questo ho raccontato in sintesi tutto il discorso che ho fatto, che è abbastanza complicato perché parla di cose specifiche. In sintesi, dear ambassadors, I have forgotten fundraising about which Rana has spoken some minutes ago. It's very important, especially for the register of the European Commission. It's very important, this transparency register, not for the honor to be in Europe, no, absolutely not, but because we have a status and we can influence, possiamo influenzare le leggi europee. We can do something to change some, for example, migrazione, no? Mosen, che non è presente oggi dal Libano, ha scritto, devo dire, molto bene. Mosen has written very wonderful thoughts about migration from another point of view, not very favorable to migration from Africa and Asia to Europe. Ma mi ha meravigliato perché era contrario, dice che ci sarà un'invasione dell'Europa. Quindi we have two points of view very different. Who is more favorable to migration, and other people who say no, migration no good. Then it's an invasion of Europe, because we have this problem. So we can influence laws, migration, culture and media. Per esempio, l'anno della cultura europea. How to influence culture and media. The same for interfaith harmony. A lot of Muslims come, no? A lot of Muslims are coming to Europe, and this will change also religion. There are a lot of questions, and very, very important. And we can change some. We can try to change something. Education, for example, for women, youth, health, sport, agriculture, permaculture. There are a lot, because people who live, for example, in Canada, for example, or in Latin America, say, I am not interested in Europe. No, because Europe isn't isolated, an island in the world, but very interconnected with all the world, and because of migration too. So we have to understand we are citizens of the world, not only Europe, because we can influence some laws, but because we can do something for peace in the world. This is very important. Not only Pakistan, for example, or America or Europe, but the interaction. We are globally interconnected. This is my point of view. Noi siamo interconnessi globalmente. Non possiamo pensare solo all'Europa come un'isola nel mondo. Ma Europe is Western. Europe has to be interconnected with all the world, because the world is small. But without peace, this is the biggest problem of our era. No, I have sent some feedback to Europe, and we all can do something. I've written all points, 9 points, the most important, but maybe you can add other points, topics about what to do to change something. The goal is peace for all of us, together with sustainability. So I finished I give the floor to Millie. Millie, can you talk now? Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Actually, I was out of station. That is why just coming to my home. Thank you so much. Good evening to all of you. Lots of love to all of you, and especially Franca for your beautiful invitation, and always remember me in time and send me link, and my heartiest thanks and pranam to Nikki De Pina also for your beautiful invitation. And I want to say something about global peace. Let's talk. Actually, world peace is an idea of a world without violence, where nations try to work with each other. World peace could mean equal human rights, technology, free education for everyone. And it is important to understand that world peace is essential to living a harmonious life on earth. World peace can achieved by harboring mutual trust and harmony with any other. And there was a many try to promote our peace, treat all people with kindness, regardless or race, attend a peace rally, and create a peaceful affirmation. And we all need a mantra, and don't engage in violence of any kind and different types. If you have a platform, use it to educate others. This is a way, and meditate and teach. This is the another way. Organize community projects, and think about other people's intentions versus their customs and their rituals, everything. Make art installations with word peace and peace symbols. When you see someone is in trouble, help them. This is another way. And spend time in nature also. And when we spend time in nature, our mind will be fresh, and it is our freshness in our health also. And engage in random acts of kindness and regular basis. Hang there we can share to each other our problems and everything. And we have tried to had to judge others, and we want to say that our equality and our and our influential peace promotes in our historical. We want to need to know our historical ancient peoples and talk to kids about peaceful virtues and have a plan for dangerous situations of all types. And if we sign a symbol of peace, we have to do something and we have to communicate to our society and to our other country. And if there will be government meeting, that will be very better for all of us, and forgive others. And we have to help home and as well as other people's uh, take a non-violent crisis. uh, this is the main point. And develop meaningful relationships outside, outside in our home and outside also. And we have to learn what the main cause of violence in our city and in our area. This is the main theme we have to follow. And we we want to important this the world peace. When we hear about war and we think of something really far away, and far away, and really we might even think it is because we have never experienced once. But what is real and has many consequences. People lose their belongings, their families, their lives, and everything. We know those that survive have to choose between living and fear and suffering because they are surrounded by violence, or abandon everything that they know, even their families, and risking everything so they can hopefully move to another country. This is the main thing I think so. About global peace, let's talk. Thank you, Franca. Namaskar to all of you. Lots of love to all of you from India.
Due parole in italiano, two words in Italian for Cinzia, because French is more complicated for me. I can write, but to speak very... Allora, praticamente la pace è importantissima, si sa, e noi l'obiettivo è raggiungere questa pace in qualche modo, data la violenza nel mondo e quanto succede. Poi parla dell'India, paese molto grande, con caste, con tanti problemi anche endogeni, e quindi arrivare ad una forma di pace sarebbe auspicabile per tutti. Lei, per esempio, la cultura per lei, perché scrive poesie, you write poems, l'educazione, la poesia, la cultura sono strumenti validi per la pace. Questo in sintesi molto velocemente. Cinzia, così danno... Vabbè, allora, Dr. Jyotirmaya Thakur, it's an honor to have you from England. Now you are in the UK. Dr. Jyotirmaya Thakur is from India, but she lives she lived for a long time in the UK. So the floor is yours. Tell me something about the goals of it. I have written a lot of things inside in the chat. So if for your interest. Okay, how can do you think to achieve goals about peace for GP, Global Peace? Let's talk.
Well, I think, first of all, let me say thank you so much for the honor. And already people have spoken on various aspects what they could do. As far as theory is concerned, we all talk about a lot of things, a culture of kindness. We talk about idealism. But in reality, being pragmatic, I think we should do something about it. So all these ideas, what I feel as a person is to inculcate, first of all, inside ourselves, a very peaceful, a harmonious human being, And then, of course, bring it out in action, because it doesn't make sense of what we think. Even a small little action of kindness towards this harmony can be greater. So what I propose about all that, we all know what is it, equality and so on. We know what are the topics on which we should focus on. My focus would be very simple. Being a literary person, I'm going to invite you all the members, or especially the ambassadors, to give a transcript of about 500 to 1,000 words in writing, and I'm going to publish it. So I want an anthology, and I'm going to publish it. No money from anyone. No one has to pay anything for that. And I would like George Ornsey, the founder, and Nina Pini, to all of them to collect all that data for me, say around everyone giving 500 to 1,000 words. And I would like to print it, make a book, and let it be on Amazon. That's my proposal, being an ambassador. Number one. Number two, as we were talking about permaculture, as I do have my own private land, a farm in India, which is being, like useless in a way, because it is, of course, I've given it to poor people to live on and to cultivate and have their food, and they give back something in return to me, which is negligible. I would like to do something for the state that I belong to. You see, Bihar is a very, very populated and very poor state. Sorry about that. I have a very bad throat. So what happens is, no one focuses on it. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of poverty because of that. And there's a lot of inequality. And the education system is so bad there that people go to other states to study. It's a very bad situation. Especially in villages, women don't get an opportunity to study. So my family, my parents, that generation, I only have an aunt living. She had opened a school for girls, and I'm a part of it. She's very old now, literally bedridden. So I do go back. Whenever I go back, I just go and visit and find the inequality. The girls, because they get free education and food, they are sent. But sometimes they are not sent, because they have to do the household chores, or especially during the farm work, field work, they have to go to the fields. That is the crux of reality. So you see, the difference between a developed world and a developing world is so very vast that I'm shocked myself sometimes. Even though as a child I grew up, but I grew up in a very privileged family. So I never knew. I got education equally. I was married to a very educated man. So I lived in a very elite world where I was never exposed to such, I would say, in my opinion, it's inhuman. It's a very inhuman world. And this, I feel, we cannot, if I could bring this gap closer, we are trying. We are trying. My family tried. I'm trying. My sisters are trying. We all as women, because we are educated, we are trying in our own way, but that's not enough. So for GPLT to bring forward many situations, I would like, and I would like other countries' people also to speak about their own, and I would like to have an anthology on that, which would bring at least, in written, when you write, you are actually being very responsible, because people read it. And it'll go to a world, literate world, where people are more privileged. That's why they're reading. And that way, the focus would be there. And there's, of course, a lot of caste system there in Bihar. I think if anybody knows India, it's a worse scenario, upper caste and lower caste and so on. Previously, it was the upper caste which was ruling, but now it's a lower caste which is dominating. And there has been, I don't know if you know, a massacre, a holocaust of the upper caste. People who owned land, who were in a very privileged place, they have been killed in huge numbers. In huge numbers. Well, it will happen because if there is inequality, if there is poverty, if there is corruption, people will rise up one day, like the French Revolution. So what I do want, of course, I do write about it, being an activist, social activist, and being abroad, I'm not afraid because I have a home to live in. But being in India, maybe I would not be able to say so much or do something about it. So I would like to bring a harmonious thing in bringing out an anthology, as I said, with you all on the top, giving your message, telling the world about GPLT also, your idealism and so on. And that is my part to bring forward a culture of kindness by knowing the reality, facing the reality, and bringing some real change in the thought process of people in India also, where it is needed, and of course in every country, because everyone will have I'm asking everyone to come forward so they could tell their own story in a way. And stories do have impact. Real stories do have their own impact because people don't want to face reality. But when they do, they know sometimes diagnosis, like the diagnosis of a disease, is the true way to find a remedy. So we cannot keep our eyes closed. And that's how I want to help in my own small way. And when I have my farm like done well, maybe someday, that's only a dream, I could bring together a lot of people from different countries to my farm and see it, invite them. Then, of course, I wouldn't be able to afford everyone's ticket, but then hospitality could be my way of contribution. So that's it, Franca. That's what I have thought in my mind. And these are the actions, these are the thoughts that I've been thinking about. First, an anthology, which is easy for me. I know publishers and they are very happy to help. And then, of course, my dream is a bit too I think, too far-fetched at the moment, but one day it will materialize. One step at a time, I think, is better. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Brava, bravo, bravo.
I'm really in a very bad coughing mood.
Quick explain 2 words to Cinzia. Cinzia, allora praticamente Jyotirmaya è indiana, ma vive a Londra, vive in Inghilterra da molti anni. Ha pubblicato tanti romanzi, anche saggi, libri, comunque in generale. Ha messo in risalto l'ingiustizia, la disumanità, la differenza che in particolare in India, e vorrebbe che lo facessimo anche noi per i nostri paesi, si verifica, cioè chi è povero non può andare a scuola oppure è costretto ad andare nei campi. Quindi lei invece che veniva da una famiglia abbiente ha potuto studiare e insieme alle sorelle, your sisters, you have opened some schools, I have understood. Ha aperto delle scuole per istruire anche gli altri ragazzi, gli altri bambini. Insomma, è molto dispiaciuta, tant'è che l'ha scritto anche in un messaggio su Facebook. You have written in a message to me, remember about India, the injustice, the education, the cultural differences. So I have sent you my article, an old article about COVID-19, purtroppo, the pandemic, when in India there were big problems. People, do you remember, very, very bad time, that one, also in Italy. And so now we face big injustices everywhere, also in Italy. In India, maybe because of more people. I suggest one thing, a control of birth control. The birth control is necessary. Because not in the time of the Bible, because there is the referendum who says, grow and multiply, crescete e moltiplicate. It was in the past. Now India is the biggest country in the world, with so 1 billion and 500 million, so maybe more than China. Asia is ruining our world because Western people don't give birth so much. And we have to control, because sustainability is not a word. Sustainability is a practice of life. We should understand this. Education is number one, as she said. We have to educate people to understand problems. Otherwise, we have animals, not like animals. We live without understanding anything. We should change our mind. We should change our. Also try to understand this world is very complicated in truth, especially with the people don't understand, but AI, intelligence, artificial intelligence will change also the way of publish books, because she is also my publisher, no? Jyotirmaya has written a lot of essays, novels, poems, a lot of books, 37, I don't remember exactly. But we have to change how to impact this world. Otherwise, artificial intelligence will change us. We will become slaves in a while, because we cannot control the AI. We are not able. This is my opinion, and I tell you, I was a teacher of informatics a lot of time ago. In 1990, I taught also to teachers. The program, come si chiama? MS Word, MS was the language of computer, MS-DOS, sorry, or that word. MS-DOS was the first language adopted in the beginning, when internet became so important in the world. It was at the end of 1989, plus or minus, from Switzerland, if I am not wrong. And I began slowly learning. But now I feel ignorant because so quickly, no, the light speed, it seems, you learn a language, and the other day oh, it's old now. It's an old language. A new one came. No time to do all. Our brain is limited, not a machine, not a computer. È difficile con l'intelligenza artificiale, andremo incontro a grandi cambiamenti, big changes coming, and e dobbiamo essere preparati. We need to face. We have to be prepared to face these changes. Ho finito. I have finished. I have written all what you can do, and we can only. I say now it's summer, so hot here in Italy. I think this is our last meeting. What do you think about it? The last Zoom meeting, because it's impossible to live here. 40 degrees in a while in Italy. Very, very hot. In India, I don't know, but I suppose, but in Egypt, 40, yeah. So let's go to the seaside and enjoy life. Andiamo al mare or to mountains. I go every day. I am used to go to swim for my mind and my body. This is my yoga, swimming. Così, Dr. Gettimai, I thank you for Dr. Reverend Yuel Bhatt, thank you very much. You always come, you always are present to our Zoom, attending our Zoom meeting. Mili does the same, Rana the same, and Cinzia. Thank you so much to all of you. Enjoy your summer. And I will send you eventually, I don't know, feedback about European register. When they send me, the transparency register sends me as a contact person for Europe, the European Commission. I will send you so you can add your ideas, proposal, what you want. Is it okay? About culture, I have written all. You can in chat, so you can understand what to do, which you love better. I don't know, migration or culture in India, or fundraising too. Why not? Tourism, permaculture. Permaculture is very interesting. I liked your project, video, Rana. Okay, enjoy your summer, dear ambassadors, and see you as soon as possible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much all. Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye to all of you. Can I say for a half minute?
Yes, I have not in a
So this is a forum of GPL Let's Talk, and I want to say that from our end, we have to be give a thoughtful message to that Islamic world, that we condemn that incident was happened in Sweden. So what do you think? Let's have a pray for that, and you keep in a prayer if there are certain things going on in the world. So although it's not related, but we have to see what's going on around the world. So how do you feel, Dr. Francisca, if you give a statement from this forum that we condemn that sad incident in Sweden?
Yeah. Yes, if you want connect with us when you want, I know. No, so I should ask also Nick about.
Okay, that's fine.
No, because she's not. There is Akinola Joseph.
Okay.
I greet him because Nick is in South Africa. Maybe flying now. I don't know.
All right, but keep in mind.
We can attend if you want sometimes the Zoom with you. let me know what you, but we should organize something all together, like a new Zoom with some proposal. No, I think so. Some proposals for Europe, for migration, for education, for women. I see my group of women are not good solutions. I am very, very sad because there is something, there is a lady a woman who writes a lot, but no interaction, no. This is important. If you have a project, you have to interact with others, otherwise it remains dead, morto. Non c'è interazione nel gruppo di donne. E non so che fa. I don't know. I try. Rana tried to write something to send permacultura. There was a contestation. You know, that lady from Spain contested that. I don't know. It seems a good idea. We don't become agricultures because we talk about permacultura, just to understand sustainability, what to do, how to teach people, students, this, to teach young people the new world, the new system. Okay, thank you to all of you, to Reverendo.
May I know, Mr. Joseph, where he is from?
Mr. George.
No, Joseph. Where is he from?
Chi è Georgia? Who is?
No, Joseph.
Giorgio or Georgia?
Georgia.
Giorgio is from Egypt. He could come to
and I want to know from my knowledge, and on the right side, the lady Cynthia. She's from?
No, Rana is from Egypt too.
I know. No, Cynthia.
Cinzia from Baravini is from Italy. In a wonderful Italy. Emily is from India. Dr. Jyotirmaya is from India, but she lives in the UK. Mosen, not now, not available now. He is from Lebanon, and Trang Pen from Vietnam. She's not here.
Yes.
We are nine ambassadors. Maybe 9 exactly from. And Maya Milosevic. Sorry, I have forgotten one. Maya Milokovic from Serbia. She has a problem with the English, maybe, but today she's traveling too. That's it. 9 people. If you want, I can send you the list of people, all ambassadors. But you find in the group GPLT, except someone who is inside, but not nominated. For probably language is often the problem of all of some people. English language è un problema un po' generale. Cinzia è di Lussemburgo, originaria del Luxembourg. That's why she speaks also French. Maybe your parents, I tuoi genitori, no? Your parents were from Lussemburgo. I tuoi genitori, Cinzia? Non sai.
Okay, all is going to
I miei genitori sono italiani che erano emigrati all'estero per lavoro.
Okay, they're migrated to Luxembourg. Okay, see you and enjoy your summer. Ciao.
God bless everyone. Thank you, Millie, Rana, Joseph, and Cynthia. And from UK, Lady Detten, Francisca, God bless you.
Ciao, Joseph.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Enjoy your evening and your weekend.
Okay, bye-bye.
Ciao.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Welcome. Ciao a tutti. Ciao, dottor Maya, Giotirmaya.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Do you know English? Do you know Bengali? Jyotirmay Didi? No, your sound is not. You are muted.
I normally mute myself unless
Okay.
invited to talk. Yes, I can understand, but I cannot speak. My husband can.
You are from Kolkata.
No. I'm from Bihar, Muzaffarpur.
Okay, okay.
Okay, yeah.
I think you
But,
are from India, like Kolkata.
I worked mostly in Ranchi because a Cambridge affiliated school in Ranchi, IGCSE, O level and A level, but I didn't work for long. I
After marriage,
retired.
you were settled in UK. After marriage, you were settled in. After marriage, you were settled in UK.
Yeah. My husband is a scientist from London University. He's a
Okay.
PhD and he is also a Lord among the Lords because of his distinguished work in his research. His book is actually as a reference, used as a reference in Europe and England. And he's among the Lord of Rings. It's known as Ring, London Ring of Lords for chemistry. Yeah, and my son, one of the son is also a senior faculty in University of Essex in computer science department.
Okay.
And yeah, and the other one is an investor banker in London.
You are also a service holder, serviceman.
No, I'm 67. I retired.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
60. Yeah, I completed 66 last year. So here the retirement age is 66. I can do part-time visiting, but not full-time anymore.
Okay.
And that will be quite different. Unless you are a professor, then you have a lifelong seat here. If you're in the university and you become a professor, then you have a lifelong seat. You have a chair to go the whole life. But,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice to meet with you. Thank
Nice
you.
to know you too. Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.